So here we are. So Chris Jenkins with CharlotteVibe.com, and I got this young man that's joining me, Mark Carey, a former Carolina Panther wide receiver. And you guys know I did a broadcast earlier today, in which I was talking about how ironic it was the conversation to have. So just in short, I'm going to bring you guys, if you didn't watch earlier, what happened was I was in the media room earlier today. Noticed this gentleman had looked familiar, and he handed me some information about an event that he has coming up. And I didn't get a chance to digest it until I got back to my office, and then when I did get a chance to digest it, I said, man, this is awesome. Mark, I want to see if I can't get back with you so we can tell the people a little bit more about it. So without further ado, I'm going to let Mark tell you about his first annual event that he has coming up and what it's about. So go ahead and let us know.
Well, it's called the first annual Next Level Conference. What it is part of what I do with the Panthers is really just help prepare the rookies as they transition into the league. And what I've noticed over the last few years of doing my job is oftentimes a lot of these guys don't really know what they don't know. When they get into college, they don't know some of the mistakes that they make. Even though they're young, they make young mistakes that really can affect their future. They don't know that an incident with a young lady can hamper their success in the business world, in the NFL. Some bad decision that they may view as insignificant at the time, they don't realize that it makes such an impact on them as the future. So what I designed was about 8 months ago, I said I want to do this program for rising seniors and graduating seniors who are attending college, young male men, and really just to prepare them for the pitfalls that they may face as they go into college. So it's a program that I came up with. I worked out a deal with Queen's University. It's going to be housed on Queen's University from Friday evening through Sunday morning. And basically, we're going to spend a lot of time talking about making healthy decisions as young men. We'll also do a tour of the stadium. We'll also have an event here at the stadium on that Saturday. And there's a quick service on Sunday morning. And just really trying to educate them about healthy relations, what's unhealthy, how a decision you make at an age of 19 years old that can affect you down the line, and something of that nature.
So some of the things that stuck out to me is I know a lot of kids these days are getting excited to go to a camp. And this isn't a camp. This is really a little bit on the different part of issues in the NFL that they're trying to get a hold around, which is players' conduct.
Correct.
And so I said, okay, well, how might some parents deal with getting a kid to go to this? They might say, well, I want to go to a camp. He's just going to be talking to us. But I think you purposely put some components in there that will still be appetizing, like the fact that they get to have dinner here at Carolina Panthers Stadium, and that you're also going to have some players. Is that part of the reason behind having some of that there?
That's part of the reason, because like you said, a lot of people are at this time are in camps, so we'll go to basketball camps and such. My only youngest son will be at a basketball camp as well. But this is an opportunity where you can really get an education about what to expect, but at the same time have some fun in the process. It's not going to be a lot of lecturing. It's going to be very interactive. The tour here, we'll tour the stadium, we'll tour the practice facilities, we'll tour the locker rooms, the weight rooms, all that. We'll have dinner upstairs in one of the suite areas. Then we will come downstairs on that Saturday and in our team meeting room and have a panel of Carolina Panther players. And they will get the opportunity to have questions answered for them, the young men, and they will talk about some of the decisions that were made, good and bad, once they got on the college campus.
And then another thing that struck me was Friday through Sunday, and the cost is just $50. That doesn't even cover the meals because you're going to feed them the whole time, right?
Well, the goal is not to make money, because I'm really not making money in this event. The goal is really to just help young men. And the actual only reason we put the $50 fee, which there are scholarships available, but we put the $50 fee so that guys can have skin in the game. The goal is to get 100 young men, not more. So if there are some guys who want to attend and can attend, please don't let the $50 affect that. But really, it was just an opportunity for guys to come out, fellowship with some guys, and get some solid, good advice that once they step onto the college campus, if one thing they heard during the course of this conference that can help them make a wise decision, then it was all worth it.
So what about the guys who's like, man, I don't need that? Do you think that kids these days don't really know what's going to be on them once they get into the collegiate levels, and if they're lucky enough to make it to the pros, the pressures and that they'll have to overcome, the situation you have to deal with?
As I said before, Chris, they don't know what they don't know, you know, and I see that every single day. I mean, I just had a meeting with the rookies 5 minutes ago, and just educating them. We talked about money a little bit today, and I share with them every single year. I mean, I even do a rookie panel with them, and guys that come in last year will talk about what they went through. And the stuff that they sat in their chair, listen to me talk about. You're gonna get asked about this. People gonna beg for money. People gonna ask for this. You're gonna, you know, and they sat in those chairs and say it's not gonna happen. It happens, right? Because it happens every single year. So, like I said, they just don't know what they don't know. So this is, once again, it's gonna be a fun atmosphere. We're gonna talk serious, but we're gonna have good conversation, good dialogue, in an environment where laid back, but getting good information.
Okay. So I usually don't beg you guys to do this, but if you're still watching, I'd like you to share the broadcast. You know, I always say if you want to share the broadcast, you can swipe up and hit the share broadcast. You can swipe left or right if you're on an Android and share this broadcast. Please share this with other family members or adults that you know so they can get their kids involved in this program for only $50. I'm going to have information on the website and on the Facebook for the exact links, but we can tell them the link to go to and any deadlines for registration.
Well, I have to read the website address, but the deadlines is coming up close because we only 2.5 weeks away. Okay. So we kind of extended the deadline until mid next week, which is roughly what, June?
Probably about
14th, something like that. Yeah. So we open up the deadline so we can get more guys participating, I think you have the website address.
Yeah, it's on here. We'll try to collectively read it. What is it? sportssystems.com/clients/next level. Right. Is where you'll be able to go to and do that. I'm about to wrap up. Anybody have any questions out there before we wrap up? I know someone said something about the males, but without even putting him on the spot, it's his first year. He deals with males in his current position with the Panthers, so I'm sure that's where it started, but I can probably bet if it becomes successful enough and you guys support it that he'll be willing to entertain females and broaden things. So anything that you want to add before we sign off?
Basically, just once again, it's just an event that I think is going to be very successful for the young men. It's something that I have a passion for, that just helping young men develop, becoming positive young men, older men, so they can be successful. And this is what this is really about.
And you know, this is miscellaneous, but let everybody know what your current position is with the Panthers.
Well, I serve as Director of Player Development for the Panthers. I've been here for the last 5 years. And so I've been doing that, retired. It's been now 17 years from the league. Years. So, yeah, getting old. But retired and came back in this position 5 years ago. And I'm really loving it because I'm able to do the things that I love to do, which is helping young men.
All right, so thank you guys for watching. This is Chris Jenkins along with former Carolina Panther wide receiver Mark Carey. And as always, thank you guys for watching and share the broadcast. All right, thank you so much. Signing off, guys.